I had an aunt and uncle that had a farm north of the Iowa Grant School in Iowa County, and I spent time there some in the summers, quite a bit of time the first 2 years of college, and the last 2 years of college I lived with them on the farm and commuted to school. I bought a neighboring farm in 1976, was been the first year that I farmed. I had an opportunity to buy 160 acres not far from that original farm with my aunt and uncles, and with the help of my father-in-law and that, I was able to get started farming part-time while working in agribusiness. So I did not anticipate ever being able to get into the farming business. I figured I would go to work for an agribusiness company. I started out at Hormel and went to FS for a while, and then eventually Golden Harvest, but was able to start farming part-time. Had some opportunities present themselves at the right time, and was able to acquire some more land, and eventually had enough work to do where I thought I could leave my full-time job and go farming. We started with 160 acres and have grown it to now own land is more than 1,000, and then we rent, as I mentioned before, about 2,500 more acres of cropland and pasture. We came up here 20 years ago from down by Iowa Grant, and we were able to add additional pasture land, and that was our big step and our big change. I had a very good friend and mentor who was a livestock judging coach at Texas A&M, who I met through the Limousine Association. And I asked him, I said, John, I have an opportunity maybe to bring the boys back, but I don't know whether I should do it, because it was as tough then as it is now. It's always been tough. And his words to me were, Bob, we're not raising enough young people to do this business anymore. I would encourage you to do it. So 4 of us sat down, 3 boys and I, Rhonda was there as well. They were all either in college, school, high school, or working. I said, we have this opportunity. It's a big financial step for us and this to do it. What do you think? So they're 18 and 22 at the time, and if you would understand youth, oh boy, let's do it, let's do this, because they liked what we do, and that was never an issue about them liking it. And so I said, okay, we're going to have a vote, 4 of us. And I let the boys vote first, and of course it was yes, yes, yes. And people smile when I say this, but I said, because of what I'd seen happen to families over the years, I said, I vote no. The madness behind that decision was the fact that I wanted them to understand that they're doing this because they want to do it. I don't. Primarily, we're a cow-calf seed stock operation. That's our main focus, raising breeding stock to sell throughout the country, actually, to other cow-calf men, both bulls, primarily bulls, but bred females in that. We have a cash grain end of it, and we raise all the feed that we need, so that's excess feed goes into the cash grain. We have a direct sales marketing beef program that works real well for us, and also a small trucking operation. Bart is, I call all cattle all day. He takes care of the seed stock paperwork and what's going on in the pastures, and that part of it he just handles. Scott, who sits where I'm sitting, actually is crops and feeding, and Matt as well as crops and feeding. Everybody's intertwines. Whoever needs the most important thing done that day, that's what we do if you need help. But otherwise, Bart wouldn't know what's going to get planted where. Scott maybe not know anything about the breeding of the cattle. Matt would be in between doing all those things and running the trucking and a lot of our mechanic work. All the boys and their families, we do almost all our own work. We hire some custom harvesting for the silage is all. Probably market more than 50 head of cattle directly. One of my daughter-in-laws kind of coordinates that program, and she does a tremendous job. Through COVID and some of the USDA programs, they had grants in that for schools for locally raised beef. That's a big part of what we've been able to do through that grant program. She's worked with the school to help them get the grant, and then they would get their beef from us. So that's been a win-win, very much so. I'm very lucky to be able to participate. It started years ago. First of all, most of our cattle, or quite a few of them, are limousine, and I was able to be a member of the limousine board, national board, for 12 years. I was president for 2, and I was able to travel and network with so many different people throughout the country on different issues that affected agriculture, especially the beef cattle side. That led to a seat on the Cattlemen's Beef Board, or the checkoff, to be recognized by your peers that maybe somebody's seen something you're doing and likes how you've done it. It's been a great honor to have that happen. I've have a great network of people and friends that have been gracious enough to support this through time, and it's just a real honor to be what I would call, and I think I mentioned it in there, have a front row seat at a lot of places, and I'm always grateful for that.